You'd think by now that Disney's top brass would have learned their lesson. But nope, here we are again, watching these out-of-touch corporate suits stumble through yet another pathetic attempt to placate the masses. The Star Wars fandom has been screaming from the rooftops, and what do they get in response? Tone-deaf, clueless remarks from Disney's upper echelon, who clearly have no idea what made Star Wars special in the first place.
It's just all so frustrating.
Let's start with the kingpin himself, Bob Iger, the man who, for all his business acumen, has repeatedly shown that he's as in tune with the Star Wars fanbase as a Wookiee playing the violin. Iger's recent statements about the Star Wars brand have been nothing short of laughable, in an attempt to address the overwhelming backlash that's plagued the franchise since the sequels. Iger essentially brushed off the criticism as nothing more than a vocal minority making noise. Excuse me, a vocal minority. Is that what you call the legions of fans who have been pouring their hearts out, begging for a return to the original spirit of Star Wars? Iger's comments reek of arrogance and ignorance. The man is too busy swimming in Disney dollars to notice that the very foundation of one of his most lucrative franchises is crumbling beneath his feet. Now, let's not forget about Kathleen Kennedy, the architect of this disaster. Kennedy's leadership at Lucasfilm has been, to put it mildly, a catastrophe. But does she own up to it? Of course not. Instead, she doubles down on her decisions, insisting that the backlash is all part of the evolution of the Star Wars saga. Evolution, is that what we're calling it now? Because from where I'm standing, it looks more like a devolution, a steady decline into mediocrity and irrelevance. Kennedy has gone on record saying that the negative reactions are simply because some fans aren't ready to move forward with the franchise. Move forward? You mean move forward from the characters and stories that made Star Wars the cultural phenomenon it is today? If that's the case, then no, we're not ready, and we never will be. Star Wars isn't just another IP to churn out for quick cash grabs. It's a beloved saga with a rich history, and it deserves better than the half-baked, soulless drivel we've been getting. Every time a new Star Wars project flops or gets panned by fans, there's always some half-hearted justification. Oh, it's just a transition period, or we're trying something new. Here's a thought, maybe stop trying to reinvent the wheel every 5 minutes and give the fans what they actually want. Instead of chasing trends or pushing agendas, how about focusing on storytelling, character development, and respecting the source material? But no, that would be too much to ask. Instead, we get pandering nonsense and executives who are more concerned with their quarterly earnings than with the legacy of Star Wars. It's infuriating to watch these people treat the franchise like it's some disposable commodity rather than the cultural treasure it is. If only Disney would stop the spin, stop the excuses, and start delivering the kind of content that made Star Wars a legend in the first place. Man, what a better world we would live in.